Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Venus Exchange. My name is Amber at Am the Goddess of Soulflower Studio, and we have a lot going on today. And when I say we have a lot going on today, we're going to be talking about literally what's going on with our lives today. How are we dealing with it? And on a holistic approach, so how is it affecting other areas of our lives, and how is everything connected? Some things may be simple, some things we may be diving deep, but like what is stressing us out, what is making us happy, and it might be a little random, but we're going to apply it to the Venus.
Alrighty. So, hi everybody. My name is Leslie at Good Girl Les. And did you say how you felt?
I didn't say how I felt. I don't want y'all to know how I feel yet.
Yeah, I think that right now I'm just feeling tired and fed up. And I'm ready to, I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm just tired of the now, and I'm ready for the new, the next, what's going on, what's happening. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Laura. I feel like pretty anxious and drained the past few weeks for sure. Do you want me to go into it, or do you want to go into your stuff?
Okay, well, let me tell y'all, first of all, today I did laser hair removal surgery. Or not surgery. Just laser hair removal. And first I'll go back in time of how this even started. So a few years ago, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. And that is when your hormone levels are off. So you have more masculine hormones than a woman normally would. So there's different symptoms you can have. And I was having I struggle with acne. I was having really bad cycles. One time I had a cycle that was like 2 weeks long and just like a ridiculous flow. Like I knew something was wrong. And I also had like really bad facial hair, and I went to the doctor, and first they did blood tests where they tested things like, for example, my testosterone was too high. So then they put me on birth control, which I talked about on another episode. And my when I got retested, it came back normal, but the symptoms didn't really stop. So I went to other doctors, and, they were just really confused. And my last doctor I went to, she was like, oh, we need to do what is that called? I got plenty of these from when you have a baby. Ultrasound. So they did a vaginal ultrasound, and they were looking for cysts in the ovaries, and she basically told me that she didn't know. She was like, it doesn't look like it, but we don't know. And then another doctor was like, well, I don't think you have it because you don't have a problem, like a real bad problem with gaining weight. And if that's usually like one of the main things. So really, I really don't know what they were talking about. Maybe I should have found a better doctor, but I decided to kind of like just take matters into my own hands. So eventually I did try to like change my diet. And I just keep changing it over and over and over again because PCOS is related with insulin and sugar. So I thought, I eat a lot of sugar. I do. I eat a lot of candy. I've gotten so much better over the years, but I think that would make sense if that was the problem. So the facial hair, like that was one of the worst things I feel like I ever went through. It's something that like acne, okay, a lot of people deal with acne. Yes, I'm insecure about it, but it's like, okay, at least I have a whole bunch of people that I could be insecure with. But when it came to like the facial hair, I'm like,
where was it? Like
mustache area and like my whole jawline, like my whole chin and like below my cheeks. And people are always like, I never noticed because that's because y'all stay on top of it, like shaved every day. And it was just, it felt like it was stripping me of my womanhood. And that was the problem. And I was scared because another symptom could be infertility. So it was like, you don't even know if you can have children. So obviously and fortunately, I was able to have a child. But was really bothersome. I would cry about it all the time, and I would try all these different things like turmeric and honey. I'd be looking up all these things to get rid of it, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't consistent enough with it, but I was like, look, I need laser hair removal surgery. Like, I don't care how much it costs, what it takes, it's gonna be worth it. And I battled because I was, I'm really into natural methods and not using methods that are going to harm me in another way. Because I would always wonder, like, these lasers shooting into my skin, like, what is that going to do to me negatively? How is that going to harm me? But I'm not going to lie. It's just one of those things where it was worth it to me. It was worth whatever health it may have impacted negatively. It was going to be worth my social health being impacted positively.
Your esteem. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, it was just taking a toll on me too much, and I was sick and tired of it. And it was the type, like, if I was out for 2 days, like, I'd be going to the store to get a razor. I was like, oh, no, nobody's gonna catch me slipping, da-da-da-da. And luckily, this was the year of blessings, really. 2020, I manifested some money, y'all. When that COVID stuff happened, I was like, yes, I got my laser hair removal. I went and I bought, there are like 6 sessions normally in a package. So I got like 2 of them. I got 12 sessions for 2 parts of my face. And then I got 6 sessions for another part of my face. And once I started doing that, halfway in between, they had this raffle going on. So it was in October, and they were like, oh, the tickets are just $1. And the first place winner was like something huge, and then there was going to be 10 second place winners, and they all were going to get 90% off laser hair removal. So I bought $5 worth of tickets, and I just really was like, oh, I'm using the law of attraction to get this. Like, I really would just spend some days like just knowing, like, oh, they're gonna be calling me soon. They're gonna be calling me soon. I already know. Like, I've already done this before. I've already used this type of energy before. I'm just so confident they're gonna call me soon. I don't need to go out there and buy any more tickets. Like, them 5 were enough. And boom, they called me. I already knew when I saw the area code. I was like, yes. Like, I started screaming. So I got a whole bunch of other stuff. And before that, I also had paid for, because they did like some sort of deal where I had got like the center of my chest and my underarms. So I had already added that on. And then after I got this 90% off, I added on like, what's that called? Like the happy trail area, the navel, around the nipples, and a Brazilian. So I got like over $7,000 worth
You
of
did facial?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And how long is it permanent?
Yeah.
No, it's not guaranteed. It's not.
Okay.
It could be permanent after the 6 sessions. Some people have to get 12, but it might just come back thinner and less hair.
Okay.
But if it's a hormonal problem, there's a really high chance that it won't help. It would just help temporarily, and it'll come right back.
So yours is a hormonal problem, though, correct?
Yes, I do believe so, but there's also a chance. One doctor said I just might be hairy. So
Wait, so can we go back, like,
Okay.
rewind back to, like, the doctor thing? Mm-hmm. So, like, did any doctor ever actually help you with any of these issues? I'm just wondering. And how many doctors did you see?
I saw at least maybe 4 to 5 doctors, and the only one that helped was when the one who prescribed me the birth control, and then when I got retested, my levels of hormones were normal, but that didn't help with any of the symptoms. So my period did eventually get regular, but I don't think that had anything to do with the doctor. It was like way later, years later. So no help.
So once
Surprise.
again, they like, right. So they like just prescribed you something to get rid of your symptoms, which is the birth control, which is like not solving any problem whatsoever.
Yeah. And some didn't even do that. Some were just like, well, I don't know what to tell you kind of thing.
That's what I was going to go with too. Cause so I have so many clients that come in and they like have these like issues that nobody can tell them what's wrong with them. It's so common. And they go to all these doctors, and the most common thing I've heard from doctors are, it's stress. It's in your head. there's nothing really wrong with you. Just because they don't know or like
They can't see.
or like they can't help you specifically. That's what they're telling my clients. And I'm like, this is crazy. But the problem with that too is that the doctors that we go to they study a certain topic. Like they study one thing. They're not looking at the whole body.
Definitely not nutrition.
No,
Nutritionist.
they don't look at everything as being connected. They look at your symptoms and they want to address that and fix that for you so you don't feel the symptoms.
And they want to get paid also. Let's
Yes.
not leave that out.
But it's just crazy to me how many like doctors are like, there's nothing wrong with you. Like endometriosis is a common women's disease. That they don't know what it is. They don't know what's wrong. I've heard so many people with endometriosis that go to multiple different doctors. You're stressed out. You need to do this. Like, you need to do that. Like, multiple surgeries. Like, it's just crazy.
And that's funny that you mentioned the whole it's all because of stress, because somebody else with the same issue who was diagnosed with PCOS and like definitely has it, she said she finally felt like a doctor helped her out and they told her that it was because of stress. Like she was taking on too much, she was doing too much, which I also do, and that was making it worse.
Which that could be true.
So I mean, sometimes it just seems like people just pull stuff out of a hat.
But if you don't have any solution for it, then I mean,
yeah, because it's not considered curable. It's just considered to be managed.
Okay,
so
manageable.
Yeah, like it's not something that you can just take a medicine and you won't have it.
And it's
it's
a woman's issue, right?
Yeah.
Same with the endometriosis, and the women issues are not researched as much because they don't really care about them. Like, yeah, I don't know. I could go
and
into
it's so
it
many
with that.
different factors. It's just so many different factors. Like you said, they're not looking at the whole body. They're not looking at like the diet and the stress and this. It's probably like a multitude of things. So, but I just really recommend. I have somebody who told me that they do not recommend laser hair removal surgery. Well, they told a friend that, and I know them personally as well, that they think it's a waste of money and they would rather wax and do the turmeric and honey to like lighten it up.
In comparison, though, like how painful is it when you compare it to Brazilian wax?
Okay, Brazilian waxes those are no joke. Like,
I've never had one.
okay, so this is how the pain goes. It starts off horrible. Like when she told me that people compare it to childbirth, I really understood why she said that. Yes, it is horrible. Like I can take pain too. I have a high pain tolerance.
I can take pain,
but that is like I recommend. I don't take prescription medication normally, but I will let my headache ride out. But I pop ibuprofen for waxes.
So, did you do hot wax or? So I used to get Brazilians. Can I shout my friend out? My friend Cassie at Black Velvet Spa. She's in Beechwood. She does sugar waxing. So I used to get Brazilians with that. Supposedly it's not as painful. I never got the hot wax, but the sugar wax, it was painful, but it was not like I was dying. Like it was not as bad as like it sounds like you're just like describing.
I hear it's crazy because I hear the waxers, they all like dog the other methods. They'll be like, oh no, they always say that, but yeah, this is the best thing. This actually sugar wax is more painful. It's like I've heard both sides.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is when you keep going and you're consistent, it's better each time.
Right.
So it got
No
to the
matter which
point
one
where
you do.
yeah, I'll just wince a little bit and get it over with and it's fine. But the laser hair removal, they describe it as like rubber bands getting popped on your skin with each step. So it's really not that bad. The face isn't bad.
How long are the procedures?
Like my face took maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Today, when I got all those places I listed, it took less than 45 minutes. So it's very quick, in and out. The place I go to is great. And the vagina definitely hurt It definitely hurt. But she kept saying, like, let me know if you need a break. And she kept asking me the whole time, like, are you good? And I was just like, no, just keep going. So it wasn't like,
get it over with.
yeah, it wasn't super bad. Just imagine like somebody just like tick, 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 with like a rubber band, like real
Like,
hard.
no,
I don't know if I want to.
But the only thing about it is like it takes like a week for the hair to fall out. Like, so don't expect results immediately. Like, don't go in there the day before a
That's
ball.
not what I thought at all. I thought that wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like they burn it at the surface and the rest of the hair has to grow out of the hair follicle. And once that comes out of the hair follicle, then no more hair is supposed to grow. And the reason you're supposed to get multiple sessions is because it seems like hair may be growing in the same follicles over and over again, but really different hair follicles get activated, so they can't do all the hair follicles at once. They can only do the activated hair follicles.
Interesting. So you can't like hop off the table and then go pull up on somebody real quick.
No. No. And
Something
they
to
ask,
think about.
yeah, and they ask that you don't shave like 24 hours before, so it makes it even more difficult.
That's it? Only 24 hours
Yeah, I was gonna say,
before?
well, waxing is longer, right?
Yeah, you have to let the hair grow.
Yeah, it has to be like the size of
Long.
the rice. The size,
Rice
like it's
grain.
Yes,
Piece of rice.
Yeah.
exactly. But me, I need a day. Like I can't go without a day. So I'd be stressed out. Like, but I'm just so happy and excited. And then I went in there today, and they gave me $1,000 gift certificate for the holidays.
That's amazing.
I cannot make this up. I just keep like, it was something I was just so annoyed about. And I was like, when am I gonna have all this money in it? It was something also that every single year I wanted to get. Every single year I'm like, I'm using my taxes to get this, and I never got it. And then by the time it was just, I would wait it out and then I wouldn't have the money for it. So this time, as soon as I got the money, boom. And now it's like, I just keep getting gifted with it over and over and over. It's like,
Love it, love it, love it.
it was my energy, you know?
And you appreciate it and you're grateful.
But I do feel like, I don't know what's this doing to me. Like having a laser zapped at me. That does scare me.
So did they say like any of the negative side effects or negatives to getting it? Like, did they tell you any of the cons?
I didn't read the fine print. If there was, I don't know, y'all. Y'all see me tweaking. That might be why. But
Oh my gosh.
no, I don't think there's anything that I feel like I would have remembered if it was something major.
So why did your friend say don't do it?
She felt like it was a waste of money because remember how I was saying how if it's hormonal, it'll keep growing back.
Okay.
She felt like for that amount of money, it should have been completely gone, I guess. But it's worth it to me. I don't care if I got a couple months of being free.
If it makes you feel better, like
Yes.
that's your money.
Do
Like do
it.
what you want.
Yeah, and I'll keep doing it too if I have
Right.
to be honest. Like I'll keep doing it. I'll keep paying for it. I'll find a way. I'll enter another raffle. But I'm just really excited, and that really showed me how the things I focus my energy on, like those are the problems that are going to get fixed. Those are the solutions that are going to come to me. So instead of just being negative about it and crying about it all the time, which is okay, just find a solution. You know,
I agree.
by any
I
means
absolutely
necessary.
agree, yes.
Manifest a solution.
So what's something going on with you, Leslie?
So I feel like, and I try not to say I'm dealing with anxiety because I know that there are people out there with unbearable anxiety who cannot manage it. But something my grandmother always told me was don't negate your problems just because someone else's are bigger, because you still, if something makes you feel a type of way, it makes you feel a type of way. So I have had the ingredients to make this essential oil blend that I've thought about for the past couple months. I've had the ingredients to make these oils for a month. I don't know why I'm procrastinating, but I'm getting very irritated with myself. I'm getting very upset with myself. And I'm like, girl, what's going on? Like, what are you scared of? What are you afraid of? Why? I'm trying to figure out what is it? Like, did you guys feel like this when you first started your business?
Feel like what?
Like, were you nervous? Were you scared? I don't even know if that's it, or I don't know.
I feel like I have moments, it's like cycles where I do start to like slow up a little bit. Like my motivation isn't as strong as normal. It's like I already know like I'm still going to get stuff done, but it's like stuff isn't getting done the way it normally is. It's like I'm in a sluggish, or what's that called when you're in a
rut. No.
Sure.
Are you second guessing yourself?
A little, and I'm getting irritated about that. And I'm trying to practice, being patient with myself, but I need a swift kick in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to have to be the one to give it to me, but it's like I'm even dragging my feet on kicking myself in the ass. I don't know.
See, what I do also in those situations, I like really lean on my circle or like my friends. Like I've hit you up one time when I felt like I wasn't getting anything done. Like, hey, you want to go to lunch? You want to jot some stuff down and let's just write our ideas down. Let's put some like deadlines on things, and that way we can hold each other accountable. Because I can come over there and be like, all right, let's bottle it up. Yeah, like, or let's do it right now. Like,
do you make like lists or anything of what you're gonna do, or like just lists in general?
I know how helpful they are, but I have not. I have not done it throughout this process, and I honestly think it's fear. I think that everything right now is kind of fear-based, because I was telling one of my friends, I'm like, you know what? Like, the year is over. We're leveling up next year. There's no looking back. And I know that once I do this, I feel like I'm going to be very successful with it. And with success comes power. With power comes, I have to move a certain way. I can't do everything. I can't take everybody with me. And it'll be like just a whole new life, And am I ready for what's new? I know I said I was, but am I truly ready for what's new? I don't know.
So it seems it's like a fear of like failure, but a fear of success at the same time.
Because you can be afraid of success, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I get that I don't know if I felt that way so much like going off on my own with massage, but honestly, just like my whole journey this year, I kind of felt that. Things just shifted for me like really fast with my business, with getting my yoga teacher training, and like I started to shift. I guess this is my business then. It's my brand. It's what I do. It's like doing what I love for a living, which is what you're shifting into, doing something that you love, that you're passionate about. So it can be scary, like if that doesn't work out, like that's what you're passionate about, like that's what you want to do. But I feel like it's just natural to feel like that, and that means that you really care about that. Because the whole time, like I'm slowly shifting into like doing what I feel like I'm here to do, and things are just shifting in the right place. I get fear and anxiety about it too. And it's almost like, like this is the right path, but it's kind of scary that you're there. You're somewhere where you didn't think you would be. It's exciting. Like there's all kinds of emotions that come with it. I feel like that's totally normal.
And like you said, I'm trying to do something that I love, and I said this a couple of days ago to somebody, never said it out loud before, but I've never been the type to operate out of love or off of love. So it's just completely new territory. And
can I say something about the anxiety too? Something my therapist told me to do when I feel like really anxious or fearful about something is ask myself 3 things. What's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And what's likely to happen? And it's like, if you put your product out, like what is honestly like the very worst thing that you feel like can happen?
I was going to say nobody will buy it, but then I could use it. I could give it away.
But let's say nobody buys it. Let's say you put yourself out there and nobody buys it. Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean to me?
What would be the next step?
Try something new. I don't know.
Or I would say even try rebranding. Yeah, like change your approach up, or you're not asking the right people, or I just feel like for me, normally, like I always get to like the worst. Like when I ask myself what's the worst that could happen, I always somehow end up like with my legs broken in a ditch, homeless with no money. Like, and then I tell myself, but I could still recover from that. Like even if I'm homeless, like if I just lose my job and just somehow don't have any money and I'm homeless, like I would just go to a homeless shelter and just start working again and get some resources and make money, and then just build my way back up. And then like what's the best thing that could happen is like, somebody can just buy it, like a celebrity or somebody can buy it, and then it'll just blow up, and you'll sell out every single time you restock. And then like what's likely to happen is usually like for me somewhere in the middle, like people support me, I have a income, and I'll might not make as much as I want all the time, but I'll always be able to continue to grow and rebrand and, you know, maneuver through and have like that entrepreneur mindset where it's like the highs and the lows. Like you got to take the lows.
Gotcha.
It's a learning experience and a process. And I feel like, sorry, now I forgot what I was going to say. It's almost like you can do manifestation into that as well. Just imagining where you want to be with it, imagining people buying your product, just envisioning that. And because right now with the fear, you're kind of manifesting that.
And, you know, I think I needed to say all this out loud instead of thinking it all to myself. We were watching one of my YouTube videos before we started recording. And in the motivational speech, he said that you cannot, no, this is not even from him. This is in a book I read. I can't live in fear because fear is the cousin of faith. And if I'm giving all my energy to fear, then I'm basically having fear. I'm having faith that the negative will happen. So I gotta let that go.
And
Trusting
I feel like
that whatever happens is supposed to happen is like the biggest thing. Like if this doesn't work out, it's because something better is supposed to happen. But you're taking all the steps that you can.
And this is, I feel like, where energy healing comes into play, too, because if you're able to pinpoint what chakras you need to work on, like in your case, I would be doing a lot of work with the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, you know, and then I would literally, you know, find the crystals that correlate with that chakra, writing down affirmations that correlate with that chakra, like specifically for your business. Like I will, you know, like the first time I release, like that first week, I'm gonna have such number of bottles sold, and that way you already know, like the path is set. Let me just accept it.
Write stuff down so you can see it. Yeah, like the lists for me are big. Like list of goals, just lists of things for the day, just I don't know. I'm a list person.
I can't operate without it. I do handwritten and in my
I like
notes.
to look at stuff. Yeah, like it being there. And like I keep it in my phone, like in the notes in my phone, so I can just swipe over and let me look at this real quick.
And there's been so many things I've written down that I really feel like have happened because I wrote it down, and it doesn't always happen exactly how I wrote it down. And that's why I'm trying to get really good at being extremely specific. Like extremely specific, realistic, but I'll say something like, I want a deeper connection with this person, and next thing you know, like we just had a heartbreaking situation happen. It's like, okay, our connection got deeper, but this is not what I wanted. So
because if you're not putting energy towards it, it's not going to happen. Like you're putting your energy towards that by writing it down, by saying it. Your intention in your mind is thinking towards that. So you're moving that energy forward. If you're not, if your intentions aren't towards that, I mean, you're just going to stay stagnant.
And your eyes aren't going to be open to certain opportunities. Like, for example, if you're telling yourself how many of something you want to sell, you already know, like, oh, I need to sell this amount. I need to talk to this amount of people. You might talk to more people than you would have talked to if you had never set that goal. And now you're having sales with somebody who you weren't even going to talk to. So, yeah. How do you feel now?
I feel better. Letting it out, and then letting you guys' advice and information seep in. I feel better. I feel better right in my chest.
So she's gonna the next time we record, she's gonna be talking about the oil blend she already started making. I'm just gonna speak it into existence.
The next time we record, I'll have my labels and everything all set out. Yeah, I'm gonna go home tonight and do it. I'm gonna go home tonight and do it. Justin, do you have a piece of paper I could borrow really quickly? No.
It's right there. It's a post-it note right there.
Wait, can you go back to why did you tell her to work on her solar plexus and sacral?
Because, okay, so
I said people who are like, what? Why?
Thank you, yes. So I say the sacral chakra because of the manifestation, like especially when you said it, and like being creative. So if you're not confident in confidence is more with the solar plexus, but if you're not confident in the way of how you will present the information, then you can tap into that creativity to figure out how you want to market your stuff, to figure out how am I going to come up with a plan to brand, and manifesting like your true desires. And then the solar plexus, like that's your passion, your purpose, like your confidence. And So like really knowing like this is what I want to do and just having that self-esteem to put yourself out there.
And I've been dragging my feet with that. It's like I literally have the crystals lined up on my windowsill. They've been getting charged by the sun and the moon. I gotta do what I know and start to move my feet. I have to put the actions behind my thoughts and my words. And I said this in the video. I tell people this. I have to do it. I think that's one thing I need to do is start taking my own advice, because I'm good at giving it, not so good at performing it myself.
If you have the energy and you have something that people need and people want, you won't have to sell anything. Like, it'll sell itself.
Very true.
Just like putting that confidence and that work behind it. I know when I first started massaging, it was so hard for me to think that I was like a worthy therapist and that I was worthy of whatever price I was charging. And, you know, like when I'm new, I was like, I want to give people discounts and, you know, I'm new, so I'm not worth that much and I'm just starting out and I don't know what I specialize in. And it was just, once I got that confidence that and knew what my brand was and what I do and realized that I was good, and like my clients can see that and they can feel that from me. And I think that plays into it as well. Just like coming off as like, you know what you're selling. You know what your brand is, and you have a market that you cater to specifically, and those people need you.
And I feel like our clientele is not always going to be our friends and family.
Of course.
Like if they can't afford it, there's somebody out there who can, you know? So.
And here I go down the rabbit hole. I think that is, I know that one of my biggest struggles every day is I ask myself, am I needed? Does anybody, I don't wish anything bad upon myself ever, but I'm just like, you know, if something happened to me tomorrow, what people need me, you know?
Amber would need you, for the record.
But I think that it's just, I have to find my self-worth. I have to find that. I have to. Because, you know, aside from my oils, my business is called Healed by Nature, so I plan on offering, you know, therapeutic and holistic foot massages. I'm going to be giving energy to those people when I put my hands on their body, so I need to find that self-worth. I need to, I need to grow in self-love and all of that before I can accomplish anything. I have to, I gotta get that together.
You know what really helps me too is surrounding myself with material that's going to motivate me. Like, I watch a movie, like I'll watch Creed or Pursuit of Happiness, like, and those are like movies that really get me pumped up. I'll look up motivational speeches. I'll go on motivational speeches on podcasts, YouTube videos, apps. And I'll just, even if I'm not listening, I'll just let it play in the background so it can just sink into my... Exactly. So that's something that's been really helping me, especially when the season changed and I started feeling depressed. I'm like, oh no. I'm too far in my business now that I have to be my own testimony for my own brand. So that's been helping me a lot.
You know what's cool though? You're in the journey right now.
I'm in the journey.
And that's what's great about it, is just like to be present where you're at. Like, yeah, it's nice to be like, okay, this is the goal I want, this is where I want to be. But you're in it. Like, you're doing it. Like, you're going to look back and be like, oh, that's where I was. Like, I don't know, just enjoying the whole ride of it. You know, it's not always about like, I made it here. Now I'm successful. Now everything's great. No, it's like, enjoy all the learning and the experience of all this right now. Like, you don't have to be there right now. You'll get there.
True. And like, I love when Will Smith says like, fall or like walk into your failures, like embrace your failures. Like you have to like fall in love with failing. And I was listening to this other motivational speech I'm reading this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. And he's just saying like how life is really just about problems.
What's the book?
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F.
Did they say F or did they say the F word? I'm just wondering for purposes of...
There's like symbols after it, like the sign and
who's it by?
Mark somebody. I got it right here. Hold on.
I feel like a weight has been lifted. I truly do. I truly do.
Have you gotten Reiki before?
No.
You should come see me.
Okay.
And some card readings. It helps. I love doing it.
Okay, so it's called, this orange book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a, and it's by Mark Manson, A Counterintuitive Approach to Living a Good Life. And there may be a word after that, but there's a sticker on here. But, and I have like tons of drawings from my daughter. Yeah. Oh, she got all up in here. Oh yeah, to live in a good life. So, it was talking about how we're just constantly running away from our problems, thinking we're going to find a better situation and that our problems will eventually go away. But really, once we solve one problem, we just create a whole new problem. So it's like falling in love with the process of struggling and problems and picking what struggles we want to deal with. You know, like, do you want to deal with the problem of not selling your product, or do you want to deal with the problem of having a job that you're not passionate about? It's like, which struggle do you want? Which one is going to help you feel more, which one is going to help you feel like you're more in your purpose, you know, which is going to make you happier. So I'm really starting to try to change my mindset about that. Like, don't run away from problems. Just solve them and find the next problem.
Understood. Where'd you get this?
It was a gift from my friend Amber. But she got it from Target, it looks like.
Oh.
I see. But I love the Half Price bookstore. They got nice books too, always on sale.
I posted something. I was trying to look for it to read it but I can't find it. But it was basically talking about like what you guys were saying. About how the power's in your control. It was like, how does it feel to sit in the rain waiting for a ride when you have the keys to your car? Like waiting for like someone else to save you or someone else to get you to a point. Like, you're in control of all of this. Can't remember the exact wording, but that's basically what you were saying.
Okay.
I like that. Why would you sit in the rain and wait for somebody to come get you when you got the keys to your own car?
Yep.
Why would you do that? You know? Yeah, so I'm taking it in.
Okay.
I wish I could find the post.
What about you, Laura? What's going on?
Oh, now you have to come to me.
What's been bursting your bubble?
Nothing specific like you guys have going on, but just how things are in the world right now, I guess I just feel weird. Like, things just feel weird. I don't know if it's just me, but things just feel weird. Obviously, there's a lot going on. Things are different. You know, we've all talked about how we felt kind of lethargic and tired. So we're in that eclipse portal right now, looking at astrology. The lunar eclipse was November 30th, and the solar eclipse is December 14th. So we'll be out of it after that. But it's really common for people right now to be feeling that ungrounded, lethargic energy, just like uncertainty. And it's normal for people to feel like that right now, especially with things that are going on in the world anyways. So it's like double. And after the solar eclipse, we should be shifting out of that and shifting towards ascending into the new year for 2021. So anything that you want to manifest or any goals you have, that is like a really important time to start that for the year. Just starting in December. So I'm kind of waiting for this little drag feeling to end so that I can have some better energy, I guess. But yeah, it's really, and then the 21st is shifting into the new age of Aquarius, which I don't know if I should go into all that right now, but
it's interesting. I would like to hear your take on it.
So we're in the age of Pisces right now. I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not going to claim to be, but I know some stuff about this a little bit. We're in the age of Pisces, and
Wait, what's age?
So the ages are, it's like world astrology. You know, we all have our signs, our charts of where the planets were when we were born and all that. But this is like world astrology. Like, so an age is like 2,000 some years. And they overlap each other a little bit too. And then there's like sub ages. It goes pretty deep. But to speak about it basically, we're in the age of Pisces, which started in 1D when Jesus was born. Hence the fish symbol for Christianity, all that stuff. And so we've been in that for until now, 2020. And we're shifting into the age of Aquarius. So the age of Pisces was like religion, stuff like that. Age of Aquarius is shifting into like humanitarianism, revolution, just a new world. We're shifting into a different time. And hopefully a better time, but it's not all going to happen like December 21st. It's going to take 2,000 years. You know, it's going to be a 2,000 year long journey of us moving into a better way to take care of our world, a better way for the world to be ran. You know, the things aren't working right now. The way we're doing things is not working for anybody. It's not good. So this is supposed to shift us into something different. Like, we've been running stuff the same way for like a while now, pretty much. Everything's ruled by religion, politics. Wars are over religion, politics.
The industrial lifestyle.
Yeah. Just the way we do everything, working all the time, not being with our families, not growing our own food. Everything is just so not natural. And we need to shift back to that natural, intuitive way of living, like the way we're supposed to be living.
So with this new shift, what is like one of your... I know a lot of people are like so anti New Year's resolutions, but like what is like one of your main goals for 2021 to change? Come on, drop us with a bad habit.
A bad habit?
Or a good habit that you want to, adopt.
Probably time management for me.
That's crazy. That was my whole 2020... Oh, I'm supposed to be going to sleep. That was my whole theme for 2020, time management. I literally did my resolutions for that was the theme, and I made like 5 sub resolutions. Like, for example, get my daughter on a routine and be 15 minutes early to work, et cetera, et cetera.
I feel like that helps a lot with anxiety.
Man. No, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
because
road rage.
That's where most of my anxiety comes from, is like not having a plan for the day, not having an idea, and just like I like to go with the flow. I'm very like carefree, go with the flow person, but that's why I have anxiety all the
I still have to be prepared though when I'm going with the flow. I can't, I'm not a go with the flow type person.
Like, I read something, I need to stop saying like. Anyways, I read something that this guy said, pick out your clothes for the morning. Just basic things like that, because that's one less decision that you have to make. Even though it doesn't seem like a big deal, like, I'm just going to pick out my clothes. you're filling your brain with more decisions. Like, there's so many decisions you have to make throughout the day already. Why not make it easier on yourself and make the decision ahead of time? Plan stuff out.
And then we can have more space to do self-care in the morning. We have more time to meditate in the morning, to
I want to
read.
wake up and meditate. Like, I try so hard, but it does not always happen. You know, you wake up, then you got your kid there, your dog, like, unless you wake up really early and get ahead of them, like, life happens. So I definitely need to make time for that. And not looking at my phone right when I get up early. Like, if I open my phone as soon as I get up in the morning, I'm not even thinking my own thoughts anymore. I'm thinking everybody else's thoughts that they posted.
all their energy.
Yeah. I'm taking on all that. I can't even get to know myself if I'm constantly looking at social media, let alone waking up and just instantly filling myself with that. And that also triggers anxiety.
Yes.
Filling myself with even if I have good stuff on my IG, even if I follow good people, it's not my unique thoughts. Like, that's how you get to know yourself, is sitting with yourself, thinking your thoughts, not looking off here. So I would really like to do that more.
And not always posting your thoughts, too. It's like, when you do have these thoughts, it's like, you don't have to get them validated, you know?
Yeah.
Agreed. So when you say time management, and, okay, you gave the example of sitting out your clothes the night before, what else does that mean for you? Because I'm about to hold you accountable.
So, ever since I started working for myself, I just work whenever. Like, I don't set a certain time schedule for myself. I don't, like, I literally just work whenever people want me to work on them, and I make it work. Like, I make my own schedule, but I don't really set a day off for myself. I would justify it by, I only work short hours during the day, so I have, like, the morning and the night off. Like, so if I work 7 days a week, it's fine. And I'm a hustler. I like to work. I like to make money. Like, I enjoy going to work. But then I'm like, I don't even have a day off. I don't do anything for myself. Like, having a whole day off with my son, or just for me, or just to do whatever. I really need to schedule that in.
I agree. I think it's necessary. I feel the same way. I don't do that either.
Yeah.
At all. No days off. Even if it's not even, like, occupation-wise. Even if it's just, like, homework or, you know, working on the business. Like, I need a break from that, too. Personally. What's one of your goals, Leslie, for 2021?
So another reason I feel like I've been operating on such low energy is because I've been eating trash. So one of my New Year's resolutions will be to transition to a plant-based diet.
Yay!
Yeah.
Love it. For me personally, I'm taking a step back from the time management, because I was doing pretty good. Especially during quarantine, it was like I didn't really have anywhere to be, so everybody was so surprised. Like, Amber, you here all the time? What? I just got to keep up with it. But I think I'm realizing, like, I have to go even further back to the root. For me, it's my priorities. I prioritize everything, and I think I can make time for everything. Even if I got 5 minutes of free time, if somebody asks me for something, I'm going to dedicate that time toward it. So I'm like, let me go back, and before I could even focus on, like, if I'm going to be late somewhere or if I'm going to have a routine, I need to take things out of my routine, because that's what's messing me up. There's like different personality types when it comes to being stressed out, and I have that personality type where I just literally think I can do everything. Like, I'm just so focused on finding things to be productive with that nothing gets done. So, like, this was my year. Like, the past couple of years is really the first few years I'm actually starting to see projects out, to, you know, be more consistent. But I feel like I can take it to another level. You know, like, I have to make it a lifestyle.
I see. Unless you were going to add something in. But was something you said something, and I didn't want to interrupt you because you were speaking so beautifully about the age of the new age of Aquarius, and I can't remember, but it was just a little funny story I wanted to tie into this because we're all,
About shifting?
yeah. I can't remember. Oh well, it'll come back later.
Yeah, well, the next episode, Leslie's going to have her funny story. And we're all going to be talking about improvements that we made. And we're going to do another episode for 2021 as well. So stay tuned. Now you see what's going on, what we were stressed out about. And we opened up a little bit. And we're going to have to get the other ladies who weren't here today to let us know what's going on with them. But please let us know in the comments if you feel like there's any little tips from day-to-day life that you feel like can help with our solar plexus and our sacral chakras,
yes,
and our businesses and our brands and just managing our lives in and out of that.
Please let us know, like she said, drop any suggestions, any tips that you have in our comments. You can also DM the page. Don't forget to follow us at Venus Exchange Podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Music, Amazon, Google, and Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube. Just, get familiar with us.
Yeah, and, drop a like.
A comment, hey.
Make a new email and subscribe again. I'm just playing.
I'm not.
If you want to. But, y'all have a beautiful, blessed, and highly favored 2021.
They're going to see us before 2021, right?
Well, y'all, it's December, but this probably won't get aired.
Right. So, yes, you all have a beautiful 2021.
Yeah, we pretended it's January. Well, I was.
So, yeah, we'll have updates.
Time traveling.
Hold on. What'd you say?
I said we're time traveling.
Oh, yeah.
We got to time travel, y'all. But
Yeah.
Time travel, girl.
Huh?
Astral travel.
Astral travel?
That's your thing, right? No?
I want to try it one day.
Oh. I don't know why I thought that you said that.
Alicia, probably.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Alicia does stuff like that.
We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, another episode, y'all. All right.
All right. Peace and love.
Stay tuned.